a lot about NE tiny homes. Anywhere,
Anytime,
anytime,
any place. That's right.
Yep.
Downsize your size, but not your expectations.
I love that. So
Yeah.
how are things going?
In one word, phenomenal. The state, the counties, the towns are becoming way more open to this. The homeowners, the need for affordable housing, the quality that we provide in addition to the affordability that's provided from these tiny homes is second to none. And right now, I believe we have 14 in pre-construction. We have 3 in construction as right now and at this time. We finished a few already this year. So it's been a stellar 2025. The demand is great. The amount of folks that reach out every week after we do a segment is phenomenal. So it's been going really, really well.
And for any viewers at home who still don't know, what is a tiny home? I think there's some maybe misunderstanding that these are like mobile homes. Not that there's anything wrong with a mobile home, but it's just not that. It's different.
No, so the stigma may tend to kind of sway towards that route of a mobile home, but what we see the most of right now, I'd say 75% of our orders on tiny homes are garages that are either attached or detached that the homeowner wants to convert into a living space. So for example, let's say you have a colonial with a 2-car garage. We can convert the 2-car garage into a studio, a 1-bedroom, a loft style apartment, so that your children or yourself and your kids can move into the main house. Whatever that looks like, that's a majority of what we're selling. When you talk about tiny homes, right, so the ADU component is attached or detached. It can also be a tiny home. A tiny home is typically either with a very small foundation or on a slab, and what it is anywhere from 200 to 700 square feet. It's not movable. It doesn't have a jack you can put on the back of a pickup truck and take down the road. It is a fixture, it is a structure, it is a solid as any sort of house that you could have, with all your utilities and everything in place. So it's actually really nice. They're really nice.
Yeah, I've certainly been to one before.
That's right.
I think that was maybe the first official one that you had up and running, and I was certainly impressed with just how everything turned out there. So comfortable for the woman that was living in that space, and she was super excited about it. What kind of people would you recommend consider a tiny home, or who are you hearing from?
So I think the majority of folks that are requesting these bids or requesting proposals are people that have garages and either children that are 20s or 30s that can't afford to buy a home but want separation, or investors that have garages on their land or have a big piece of land and they want to add an additional unit for rent, or also people that have in-laws but they want more separation for the in-laws. So that's really what the biggest demand has come from.
Okay, so if anybody wants to reach out to any tiny homes, how can they do that?
So guys, if you want to reach out, we would send one of our partners or myself out to your property. We would take a look, we would give a diagnosis of what is going on and how we can help, and you guys can reach out to me at 508-726-3492. Again, there's no cost, there's no obligation, it's just a very informational sit down to understand what we can or cannot do with your property.
All right, thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.